My wife struggled with depression over her first love. She suggested celebrating our anniversary, but when I returned with the cake, I found her in the bathtub, the water stained red. On our wedding anniversary, my wife slit her wrists in the bathtub, taking her own life to follow her so-called first love to the grave. When I opened her old diary, I was transported back to her 16-year-old self, and there he was, this so-called first love, trying to convince her to tattoo his name on her arm. I couldn't hold back my anger. Pulling her behind me, I glared at him. My wife Tazitz had been battling severe depression for years. Nothing seemed to bring her joy anymore, but today on our wedding anniversary, she did something unusual. She said she wanted to have a cake to celebrate. I was overjoyed, practically rubbing my hands together with excitement as I agreed and rushed out to buy one. When I came home with a bouquet of roses in one hand and a beautifully decorated cake in the other, I found her lying motionless in the bathtub. Her body was submerged in a pool of crimson water. The cake slipped from my hands, smashing onto the floor just as shattered as the day that was supposed to celebrate our marriage. I had always known about Tazik's so-called first love, Ryan. His death had left her devastated, and she fell into a deep depression because of it. One night I came home from work to find her numbly pressing a fruit knife against her wrist. For the first time ever, I lost my temper with her. Mia, what are you doing? Ryan's gone. Are you seriously going to hurt yourself over someone who'd been dead for years? Her hand trembled as she dropped the knife, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry, Brian, she whispered. I don't know. I can control myself. I sighed and pulled her into my arms, gently wiping her cold tears away. Don't be scared, I said softly. You were sick, but I will get you the help you need. We'll get through this together. She nodded, but in the end, she broke that promise. While sorting through her things, I found an old pink diary with a small brass lock. Maya's parents had spoiled her when she was younger. Back when the family was still doing well, they had bought her one of those trungy diaries with a lock to keep her secret safe. But as I held it in my hands, the lock fell off on its own, and the pages began flipping wildly as though carried by an invisible wind. Finally, they stopped on a page, the 16th of April, 2013 inch. My 16th year feels like a never-ending storm, cold and damp year-round. Before I could read any further, a blinding white light engulfed me, and I felt myself being sucked into the diary. A distant, ethereal voice echoed in my ears, "Save her. Please save Tazit front." When I opened my eyes, I was sitting in a noisy high school cafeteria. I was wearing the uniform of Linrose High Mia's high school. Finding a reflective tray, I caught my own reflection. I was 16 again, back in my own teenage body. Across the cafeteria, I heard a group of students taunting someone. "Mia, your dad fell off a construction site and died, huh? And now your trashy mom's working the streets. Heard you were the one bringing her the bathwater to clean up after her monspents. Huh, makes sense. A trashy mom. And her trashy daughter. You keep hanging around Ryan, helping him with homework. What is it? Trying to advertise yourself." The cafeteria went silent as everyone stopped eating to watch the drama unfold. Maya's face turned bright red, her hands shook slightly, but she forced herself to stay calm, chewing her food slowly, pretending not to hear a thing. The girl who had been mocking her grew angrier at being ignored. "You little slut," she snapped, slamming her tray toward Tess. Mia couldn't dodge in time, and greasy food splattered all over her school jacket. Before I could react, a boy with bleached, messy hair stepped forward. Without a word, he grabbed his own tray and dumped its contents over the girl's head. Soup and gravy dripped down her face as she shrieked in outrage. "Ryan, are you seriously beating someone up over a girl?" A chubby kid pointed an accusing finger at him. Ryan ran a hand through his messy hair, grabbed a brap bottle and smashed it against the table. Shards of glass scattered everywhere as the chubby kid touched his forehead, horrified to find blood dripping down. "I will beat the crap out of anyone who talks trash about a Manish."